Are you a woman of influence? But more importantly, is your influence positive or negative? Hey there, I'm Joyce Omondi-Waihiga, and you're watching CITAM Church Online. Just last week, the world celebrated International Women's Day. Women all over the world were praised for our strength, our grace, our resilience, and more. But beyond these attributes, women have tremendous influence. From Mother Teresa to Princess Diana to Oprah Winfrey to our very own Wangari Maathai, the women who have gone before us have been women of great influence. The same is true of women in the Bible. Deborah was the only female judge of Israel and a true leader who never made success about herself. Esther was planted in a pagan palace so that she could influence a king to spare her people from ethnic cleansing without revolution or a military intervention. Phoebe, a wealthy woman in the New Testament, who supported Paul's ministry, played an important role in the early church. But there are two things about influence that I'd like to highlight. One, influence can be either positive or negative. As women, we can either bring happiness and joy, blessings to our families, our schools, our workplaces, our societies, or we can bring curses and plagues. And more importantly, in the context of faith, women, we can either turn people to God or away from Him. So let me point you to the scriptures and just show you how. In Numbers 31, God had commanded the Israelites to destroy the Midianites for enticing Israel in worshiping Baal. Now, typically in these situations, we'd say, spare the women and the children. But the instruction even covered women, that they too should be destroyed. And why is that? Let's take a look. Israel decided to take the women as captives, and to this Moses angrily replied, "Have you allowed all the women to live?" he asked them. They were the ones who followed Balaam's advice and enticed the Israelites to be unfaithful to the Lord in the Peor incident, so that a plague struck the Lord's people. That's from Numbers 31:15 and 16. Then we have Solomon's example. The Bible says, as Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart against God or to other gods, and his heart was not fully devoted to God as his father David has been. And that's from 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 4. And let's not forget where it all began, in the Garden of Eden with Eve. She pulled her husband Adam into doing the one thing God told him not to do, persuading him to disobey the Lord. Now that is influence. But ladies, who are you leading people to? You may not be engaged in worshiping idols, but your character, your intentions, even your dressing can lead people away from God. And so let us be careful not to become the enemy's tools. The second thing I'd like to highlight about influence is that you don't need a prestigious title to play a significant role. In 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 2, we see Naaman's wife's servant, a captive whose name is not even recorded. We don't even know her name. Yet she gave a brief word to her mistress that brought healing and faith in God to Naaman, a powerful Aramean captain. And then there was Rahab, who not only didn't have a significant title, she had a bad one as a prostitute. Yet she was resourceful and willing to help others at great cost to herself by hiding the Israelite spies. Today, we honor her as one of Jesus's descendants, and she is only one of 2 women listed in the Hall of Fame in Hebrews chapter 11. But probably my own favorite woman character in the Bible is Abigail, and her story is told beginning in 1 Samuel chapter 25. Now, Abigail was a homemaker, and neither her culture nor her husband Nabal placed high value on her. In fact, in many ways, Nabal didn't deserve this woman. He just took her for granted. Yet, she inspired her entire household of servants to do whatever they could to keep him out of trouble. In fact, she actually refused to take advantage of a situation that could have gotten her out of a terrible marriage. What a woman. She made the most of her skills and opportunities, acting swiftly and negotiating skillfully to keep David from taking vengeance on Nabal. As a result, David was so impressed with her that even when Nabal died, he married her for himself. So, influence is not about a title. These women didn't have significant titles. It's not a position. It's about using your faith and capabilities to see beyond yourself and to bring out the best in the people around you, in your school, in your workplaces, in your family, in your country. And the point is to then point them to Christ, even in the midst of life's most toughest challenges. So whoever you are and wherever you are and you can be a woman of influence. The question is, how will you use your influence? Thank you so much for watching. My name is Joyce Omondi-Waihiga. Catch up with me on social media at Joyce Omondi. I'd love to engage with you about this topic. And of course, you can also follow CITAM Church Online at CITAM Church Online. We'll see you again next week. God bless.